All right. Strength for the week. It's gonna be the Rhino timer. We've got the 4-minute AMRAPs and then the 2-minute. We did an EMOM last time we were here. We're gonna change it to a different AMRAP. So just got 2 minutes to do a whole bunch of reps. But starting off with our AMRAPs, whole idea for at least for all week is gonna be tempos. It's gonna make Danny happy to hear. 3-second eccentrics, pause at the top, and then a powerful concentric on the way up. So we'll get started. Kind of show you what it looks like in action. We've got a bench press as our first one, flat bench, nothing fancy except for that tempo. Laying yourself down on the bench, up to the top. We start every rep here. I'm gonna count to 3 on my way down. Go 1, 2, 3 into my big stretch, the bottom of my rep. Count to 2, 1, 2, explode up to the top, back down, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, explode. Every single rep with that tempo should fatigue the muscles a little bit quicker. Make sure they're getting into a full stretch with every rep. They're working through their full range of motion. They're not gonna be able to go with their heaviest just because of how long it's taking them. So maybe 5-10 pounds lighter than their heaviest weight. If you get your typical people that don't lift to their max, like they're holding back, don't want to go heavy for whatever reason, just let them do their normal weight, because they're never really hitting their max anyways. But find your tempo, do the thing, cool. Moving on, same tempo for our goblet squat. Feet straight ahead, knees out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, drive up, cool. We get a goblet squat, that one's whatever. When we hit our 2-minute AMRAPs, the goal here is as many rounds as we can. It is actually an AMRAP. We are actually getting as many as possible. We're gonna start, I think I did 15 reps for every set here. So they have 2 minutes to rep it out. I might make it 10, I might make it 12, I haven't decided yet. But right now it's set at 15. So the goal is for like this one, full push up on their knees, on their feet. Don't really care, but all the way down, all the way up. However many reps it is. They take a quick, like 5-10 second break, then they jump right back into it. So they're gonna be a little bit lighter on the weight anytime there's a dumbbell, just so they can get as many reps, or as many rounds as possible. I guess as many reps as possible too. Moving on, we got our Z press. Haven't done this one in a minute. Kettlebells, dumbbells if you have enough of them, but light kettlebells most likely. Core is engaged, sitting up nice and tall, all the way to the top, all the way back down. Keep your feet out to the corners. I don't want them straight ahead. If you get people that can like do the splits, don't have them doing the splits. We're looking for the corners of the room. And then it's just a normal overhead from there. It's really gonna challenge that core to keep them upright. If they're feeling some tension in their low back, have them do any kind of seated or standing overhead press. Moving on. Landmine reverse lunges. Or landmine split squats, my bad. Z press is gonna be that same tempo. 3 down, 2 pause at the bottom with a 1 count up. And again here on the split squat. Big step back, get yourself in position for like a lunge. You count down 1, 2, 1, 2, explode. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, explode, hovering that rep off the floor. My knee is just barely not touching the ground. Like the width of my hand between my knee and the floor. Last one, 15 reps, 12 reps, 10 reps, whatever it is on my squat pulse. Down to the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to the end. 5-10 second break, do it again. Cool, let's move on to Friday's workout. Same tempos. We're gonna start with our bench supported row. Now this one especially, have them go a little bit heavier because they're almost, with that power count, they're almost cheating their way to the top of the rep, and we're looking for that. Most studies show you get most of your, like the stimulus for muscular hypertrophy when you're working through a good controlled eccentric range of motion, meaning the down part of your rep. So we want to cheat them up to the top, get them a little bit heavier, and then heavier than they could lift on the way down. So they set themselves up, let it hang, big stretch, toss it up, Pause. 1, 2, 3. Back to the floor. Pop it up. Hold. Nice and slow. Really, really challenge them on the weights. If you are not grabbing weights and bringing them over to people with that one, you are cheating your members. Most people are going to find a weight that they can do this with just their arm. We've all heard me rant about the push press and how like your legs are helping your arms, so make sure you can do something your arms can't do by themselves. It's kind of the same idea here. Because you're giving it that little pop, you should be looking for a weight heavier than your arms can do by themselves. So if you are letting people get away with that, you are not challenging them correctly. And I believe in you guys. Challenge them correctly. Grab them some heavy weights. Have fun with it. Let them have fun with it. Reverse flies, whatever. This is our 2 minutes. Throw them up, right back down. Keep the arms nice and straight. Throw up your however many reps. Take a break, do it again. Cool. Lat pull downs. Big hinge. By big hinge, I mean I am on one knee and I am hinging myself low enough that my body is like in line with the band. Drive the elbows down and back, right to the top, driving everything together. I want to try to touch the bottom of my shoulder blades, like touch the tips of my scapula together at the bottom of that rep as I'm driving everything behind me, then right back up to the top. Suitcase deadlifts. We start with the kettlebells on the floor. If they got the small ones, it's going to be pretty close to the floor. But all the way to the bottom, sit your butt down, pull right back up to the floor. Again, butt down, knees are out. My butt is just barely above my knees. Hips are just barely below my shoulders before I take it to the top. Last one is a swing. We do the swings all the time. Big hinge, explode up. Cool. We get those by now. That's your 15. Questions, let me know. Have some fun with the tempos. Oh, I missed one. After the supported row, between the fly, you got a kickstand RDL. It's going to be a contralateral movement, meaning opposite leg, opposite arm. Your left leg is, like the one in front is the one doing the work. The one opposite of that will be the one holding the weight. Start with your knees next to each other, in line with each other. Hinge as low as I can. Feel that stretch through my front leg. Right back to the top. Cool. Now, have some fun with the tempos. Have some fun with the heavy weights on that row. It's the opposite of everything else. You're giving them a chance to go heavier instead of forcing them to go lighter like we are with the other ones. So really nail that one. Questions, shoot me a text. Other than that, have some fun with it.